welcome back to the Upstart Zone at Digital DNA. My name is Alistair Cameron from Starticus, and I am joined by Tara from Prepsheets. Tara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Where have you travelled from today?
Dublin.
Dublin, so not too bad a journey. I think you came down yesterday, did you?
We came down last night, so straight up 2 hours, no problem.
Happy days. And I think that's sometimes something we forget about is the opportunities on our doorstep as well. Like obviously Belfast is not too far away from Dublin.
It's so close, it really is. 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Excellent. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Oh, it's amazing. The buzz around the place is really, it's just spectacular.
Great.
All the stands, everybody's full of energy. I'm loving every minute of it.
Excellent. I am knackered already.
I say you are.
I'm knackered already. This is. I think you're the 12th person I've interviewed. So
well, that's good. You'll be nice to me now.
5 or 6 left to go. But let's start with a simple question.
Yeah.
What is Prepsheets?
So Prepsheets is a web app for hospitality professional kitchens to accurately break down their recipes for them, to give them cost per unit, weight per unit, calories per unit, and the exact allergens that are in that item. It enables them to reduce waste in the kitchen and to clearly identify to their customers what allergens are so that they're compliant with the EU legislation. We also have an EU compliant labelling option, so if they do grab and go food, they package up sandwiches, cakes, soups, they can print labels that comply with the EU regulations.
Amazing. And what's the alternative if they're not doing this at the moment?
So what a lot of our customers have been doing is for their recipes, they've been using Excel, and like us, they can push it only so far. Some of them still use pen and paper and have a folder in a kitchen which gets messy and pieces of paper get ripped out. For the labeling, they have to go to an external company and get those labels done for each product that they sell. So there's a lot of cost in that and time involved in that. There's lots, and then for the bigger companies, there are bigger products out there that cost a lot more.
Yeah. So you provide this to the independents more so, would you say?
Yeah, we're like kind of anything up to 10 sites would be our customer base. We would have gastropubs, we have a private school, we have a hotel down in Cork, we have a customer in Northern Ireland in Belfast. They've got 7 cafes and a catering company, so that's kind of our sweet spot.
Yeah, perfect. Well, how did you come up with this in the first place?
So myself and my husband set up a fine dining restaurant in Dublin in 1998. That evolved into a catering company and then into 8 cafes.
Yeah.
And during that time, my background had been in quality management systems, ERP software, and I tried to put structure around his kitchen. So he kind of softened me a little and I put structure on him a little. And Prepsheets we started to develop from about 2007.
Yeah.
Then in about 2015, I went out to the market to see if somebody could develop it for us because it had come a long way and our version wasn't working very well anymore because we had got too big. And that was difficult to find somebody who could do it, who understood what we were trying to achieve. So fortunately for us, when COVID came, our son got a place in college in America and we encouraged him to stay at home for a year. And his field of expertise was developing and coding.
Amazing.
So he developed
So that's when you started the actual
web
business.
App. Yeah.
Excellent. And where are you at the moment? How many people do you have testing this or using it as a software now?
So we're live. So we got investment from Enterprise Ireland very early on, before we even had a customer with CSF.
Yeah.
And now we've customers north and south. We have what's been really good for us is a couple of the food consultants we won an award there in January with KTEX, which is a hospitality event.
Yeah.
And a couple of the food consultants saw what we were doing and they have been out trying to help our industry because recently it's been quite difficult with everything that's changing.
Yeah.
And they've recommended us to people, so they're bringing in a lot of new business for us. Yeah. So we've about 30 clients signed up and we have another 15 or so that are very close to, they're in the trial stage. So we give a 2-week free trial and then people can then sign up after that.
Yeah, perfect. So what comes next for you guys? What's the big ambitions?
So we want Prepsheets to be the byword of good hospitality management. We want it in every single small independent cafe, gastropub, care home, you name it, we want the kitchens run by it because it keeps food waste down, it keeps costs down, and it keeps the kitchen productive both from a product point of view but also the staff, because they're very much focused on what they have to achieve.
And like from a competitor perspective, is there anyone that's doing something similar in the space, or?
There are, but they come from it at a different level. So we would have like there's one Irish company that are doing it from a much higher level. So they're doing the whole ERP side around it. So they've got the purchasing, they've got the finance. We have where the EPOS systems, they don't really get into the recipe as per the way the chef uses it. So when we did it at K-Tex, and one of the gentlemen there was from the Delata Hotel Group, and like that, and he uses this software that would be a bigger competitor, like the much bigger cost. But what he said about ours was he loved that you could put the ingredient in first and then put in the quantities, because that's the way the chefs kind of write the recipe. There's another company that do it from a nutritional point of view, but our main focus has always been, Brian, my husband and co-founder, is a chef. So we built it around the chefs in the kitchen. So there's nothing else that's a chef focused, and our users don't need training because it's written in a way that chefs work. You know, it's how they write. Like if you look at a prep sheet, it's the way you'd see it in a newspaper. You know, if you see a recipe in a newspaper or in a cookbook, that's exactly the way it looks.
So this is a bit of a different question. Like obviously you're working as a husband-wife team in terms of co-founding this. How does that work? Like how do you find you switch off from the business? Because obviously you're both in it, and co-founding a startup can be something that's 24/7 anyway. So how have you managed that process?
So we got married in May 1998, and we opened our restaurant in November 1998.
Wow.
So we don't know any different.
You know,
this is marriage
if you can run a restaurant, then this is probably simple as
well.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do this a bit better. We're trying to be a little bit more switching off, but look, you know, even if you don't work together, you bring work home and you talk about it over the dinner table, and I suppose for us that was a good thing because it meant our son could really understand what we were trying to achieve, but we probably never switch off. That's the truth.
But that's probably the truth of a lot of families anyway, isn't it? So
exactly.
whether you're a co-founder, and at least you have that relationship with each other anyway. Whereas it can be quite difficult for two co-founders to work on a business and keep that unity.
So that's the one that I'd be going, how do they do that if they're not married, or, you know? So I see it the other way around.
Yeah. And what type of support have you had so far, apart from, obviously, did you say Enterprise Ireland?
Enterprise Ireland. That's kind of it, really. We've won some awards, and we've just done it ourselves. No other.
Self-funded as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And will you be looking for funding or investment, or?
Yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. We're deciding, are we going to continue to, outside of what we've got from Enterprise Ireland, bootstrap the rest, or are we going to take in outside investment for us? If we're bringing in investment, it has to be smart investment. We want somebody who has, or a business who has, I suppose, a relationship to hospitality. It has to be smart money, or else they won't understand what we're trying to achieve.
You want to buy their knowledge as well, like in a sense. Like it's got to be that you can get something from the relationship apart from money as well, isn't it?
Like we could make it work without getting the money, but we could make it work so much faster with a bit of money and a bit more knowledge.
No, happy days. Tara, last question for me. Like what do you see as the benefit of something like Digital DNA, like as an event? Like, how is this helpful?
Oh, like it's opening up a network of people. It's been really good that we've been able to say we have a customer up here. And I suppose now we have more people up here that we can talk to. We've met somebody who's part of a business network up here, and he's going to invite us up here now for that. So for us, it's brilliant.
Excellent. It's that networking piece. There's nothing like networking.
No,
I
it's
know
hard.
We lost that during COVID to a certain degree, but like there's nothing better than getting in the same room as people and starting to chat again, is there?
Absolutely, and you really can understand what somebody's about when you're actually face to face with them.
Totally. Listen, thank you ever so much for your time
Thanks,
today.
Alistair.
Thanks for chatting with us, and obviously good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Good stuff. We'll
Cheers.
be back with more startup chats very soon.